Hello. Ooh, I better not play with this too much. Oh, let me see if I can show you guys this sunset right now. Oh, I don't want to move the phone too much, but like I came here to just watch the sun and do a live. It's been a minute. These are not my sunglasses. This is not my automobile. You ever ask yourself, whose life is this and how did I get here? This was Talking Heads inspired download on the way here. And I don't know if they're closing anytime soon. Hopefully I don't have to move the car. I'm just gonna share this. Why can't I? Thank you. Okay. Oh boy. Did I just lose the live? Oh boy. Oh, hi Amanda. I feel like I've not been able to figure out the phone. Listen, I'm gonna make this short and very succinct in that we are in a time, like we're always in these times of change, and we have these opportunities to choose differently for our lives. And our indicator of being out of alignment with what's true to our desires, to our soul's journey, to the experiences that we want to have here, you'll know you're out of alignment when you don't feel good. Like you just feel like there is like suffering or challenge, right? Because we're not meant to. I mean, there is definitely growth spurts, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be in suffering. So, but what's happening is right now, with the energies that we're in, everybody's being given this preview of these patterns and limitations and fears. Or, okay, there's a car pulling out of here. Hold on. Can he make it? Yeah, because I don't... Wow. Thank you. Sorry. So, can you guys see the big truck that's driving by me? Loaded up with like wood. So anyway, I'm at this vineyard in Connecticut, and best place to check out sunsets. And looks like they're doing some construction, expanding this space. So definitely check it out. So back to what I'm talking about is that we have these opportunities to make these changes, and how we know that the change is available to us is that things start to feel like really challenging. And I'm not saying that through life you don't have challenges, but it's like the suffering, the pain, again, not that there's not pain, but it's like to not get lost in it. There's a difference between pain in being through an experience of growth, this just dropped in, and being in pain through holding on and hanging on to something that is no longer serving you, right? So that's part of what's being shown is like, okay, we have these life experiences, and can you be at peace where you're at, knowing that everything is unfolding as it's intended to. And your indicator that you are in the way is when you are suffering, when you are longing for something that you have this belief isn't possible for you. Because this is where the law of like unattachment or detachment comes, is that when you can truly like be at peace with who you are and what your life is like without attachment to things outside of you, you have inner peace. And when you have inner peace, there, like, anything is possible, right? So What's happening though is that what gets in the way, like it's almost like what keeps people in the suffering is actually having to take a look at the thing that's been in the way of they have in their life experience. So for example, let's say you had, there's a lot of bugs. I might have to close this little moonroof thing here. Let's say you have, all right, so the thing that gets in the way is that there's this aspect of you that says, I do not ever want to feel pain of heartbreak again or failure again, or that I'm not worthy. So what you actually do is you prevent yourself. There's an inner mechanism that actually prevents you from having the thing that you really want, because there is this inner fear of like further suffering. This is the example that dropped in, was that when you put your hand on a hot stove, right, it burns, you learn, I'm not going to do that again, right? Well, when you have a really hard heartbreak, there's something that goes on and creates an inner mechanism that says, I'm not going to put myself in that situation again. So you actually prevent yourself from having the heartbreak, but you also keep yourself from the love. I see it happen with love and relationships, money, what was it? Health. Wait, but I had another example. So that's part of what keeps you, is there's this inner programming that says, I don't want to feel that pain again. So I know what this current suffering is. I don't want to go through that pain again. And I don't know what will happen. I know my circumstances here. I know how to manage this current pain and challenging. I don't know what's going to be on the other side. So people end up staying here because the known comfort is more comfortable than the unknown, right? The known discomfort is more comfortable. So what I'm sharing with you tonight is that when the other thing was a business. So it's like if you've had a business idea and maybe it didn't, you didn't get the results that you wanted, or, maybe you, launched a program and people didn't sign up, or it's like, so what happens is then you'll start doing all of the actions, but stuff still won't happen. People still won't sign up. Your business still won't take off, because there's that inner mechanism that says, I don't want to feel the pain of failure ever again. And so what happens is that when you clear these inner fears, when you clear the programming and the coding and allow the pain to heal, you step back in and you remember, like, okay, wait a minute, like, I am, like, you are the creator of your experiences, and the only thing holding you back is you. So when you step out of the way, you allow what no longer serves you to be healed, transmuted, alchemized. You can be in your power, and from that space is where you have the energetic alignments of what matches your new and current vibration. That's the piece that people, like, there's a couple pieces that get lost in law of attraction teachings, is that, you can think about the thing that you want. You can, really like feel into it. You can do all the manifesting techniques for this thing that you want. But if you've got something in the middle there that is holding on to a pain program that is like preventing you from getting hurt again, you're actually keeping yourself from what you really want. And so taking the leap, making the transition, like, whether it be like taking an honest look within yourself, or doing the healing work, or, letting go of what is no longer serving you, whether it be belief systems, whether it be relationships or behaviors, that letting that go, and it's like, allowing yourself, trusting in yourself, knowing and having, faith in whatever you believe in, whether it's the universe, source, God, and having faith and trust in yourself that life is always for you. You're always being led. And how you know you're getting in your way is when you are suffering. So understand that to come into alignment, This inner stuff needs to be healed and alchemized and released so that you can truly tap into your power and know that from that space, you're going to attract all of the experiences that you desire. You wouldn't be desiring them. You wouldn't be desiring more love, stronger relationship, or more money, or, to be able to be running your own business if it wasn't possible for you. It is. And that's why it's within you. And so, if you've got stuff that's in the way of, like, more is possible, but you can't quite take that leap, or there's something in the way and you're doing all the things, but you're not getting the results, message me. Let's do some work around clearing those subconscious programs and any energetic misalignments and, old coding that even you're blind to for yourself. And let's do the healing work on your heart and your money lineage and your, trauma ancestry, and really just, stake your claim. Like, it's the people that are here to have a ripple effect in the world, the sensitive leaders, the empathic entrepreneurs, those are the ones that I'm working with. And, because your life experience has been your initiation. And if you're feeling drawn to put who you are out into the world to have a ripple effect, it's like because of some of what's happened, that, this life or past, it's, creating static in this current life, and that can be cleared as well. And so, I'm working with this one client who has she's had these quantum leaps. Her life looks completely different from, well, not completely. It looks, really different from when we first started. She came to me, with debilitating anxiety and panic attacks. She couldn't drive a car for 10 years alone. She was with 26 different doctors within those 10 years. And by the time she came to me, she was like barely believing anything would happen. She had pretty much given up. She had been, a zombie through her life, really not, she was just doing the things that was expected of her in her life. And her friend had referred her, and her very first session, I got to the core of where the trauma had created a distortion in her system. And then her years following, for her, it was about survival and getting by. She was learning how to manage the panic attacks and the anxiety. But by the time she got to me, she was like, yeah, right. I really don't have a lot of faith in anything. I've tried everything. But we got to that after her first session. We did the healing work in it, and she started driving again on her own. She actually changed jobs. And through our journey together, she has, one of her goals when we also started was that she wanted to be, this, badass boss woman. At one point she was her own boss, and she wanted to do it again. And so, we held that vision as we, worked on the anxiety and the panic. And just a side note is that what I'm seeing is those that are sensitive and empathic being diagnosed with some of these mental health challenges is really, it's misguided, and it's about energetic vibration tweaking and learning how to work with these energies and not be taking on other people's stuff, and being super empowered and still being able to hold on to your gifts. So that's some of what we've been working on there as well. And then, oh, hey, Lisa, thank you. Jeff, self-talk, absolutely. Hey, Taylor. Hey, Jackie. I don't know who else is on here. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Stephanie. And so for this client, she's launching she's actually started launching her business, but actually she's just taken it to the next level where she's opening up a brick and mortar. I'll just leave it at that. And she's already got clients that she's been working with as far as helping them improve their health. She's lost nearly 20 pounds. She's driven on the highway, and she knew there was more, and she did the work to get herself there. And it doesn't have to take a long time. So what I'll leave you guys with is that when you're having the courage to change, You know, I shared all of the steps, that the things that get in the way, and how it's like, you know, you are going into unknown spaces, and part of the reason why you stay where you are is because the unknown is scary. And I'm telling you, it's not as scary. It's not as scary as your mind will tell you. So when it comes to having the courage to change, think about the scales of trust and faith and fear, and just really, like, you know, let yourself start to, you know, tip the scales more in trust and faith in whatever situation that you are looking at, whether it's like, you know, you're wanting a change in your romantic relationships, you're ready for a change in your business, you're ready to put yourself and your art out into the world and express who you are more freely. You know, you're ready to stand into that leadership role and be the ripple effect of change for people and with people. And you know, this work is like, when I read and identify the core, it's like where, like, the core, I hate to call it, they are traumas, big T's and little T's, where the trauma occurred, and the energetic, the code, the pattern, the survival mechanisms came in, and this happens over and over through life. But what's great about this is that it's almost like when ripping out the weed and getting all of the roots out. This is holistic. So what happens is that when I identify the core belief and do the energy work and healing around it, and, you know, alignment, other shifts happen in your life. So it's like, and it's not even related sometimes. It's like, I don't know, you end your romantic relationship and you get a new client, or you move your business and you find a new romantic partner. It's like, you'll just, it's really, really, really fun to play with. So that's all I'm going to leave you with today. If you guys have any questions, just drop them down if you're watching the replay. But just know that, you know, the courage to change, tipping the scales towards faith and trust in yourself. And if there's anything in the way in tipping those scales, reach out to me and let's do some clearing work around that, so you can, you know, truly align and tap into what it is that you want to be experiencing here. And yeah, and being the ripple effect of change that you are. Thanks for watching.